Good morning. Welcome to the forecast discussion for September 5th, 2014. Of course, it is the first Friday of September, and that means, well, the weekend's on the way, and we're going to talk about the weekend, which looks like it's going to be rather stormy, especially tomorrow afternoon and evening. Currently this morning, we have hazy, humid conditions in place with temperatures ranging from the lower to mid 60s over the far northern interior. Elsewhere, temperatures range basically from the mid 60s to lower 70s, and we do have some low clouds in place with some foggy conditions along the immediate coast, reducing visibility below 2 miles in a few isolated locations. Overall, this cloudy, hazy morning will transition to a hazy, hot, and humid afternoon, with temperatures rising into the mid to upper 80s over many locations, and possibly a few lower 90s in the Philadelphia and New York City metropolitan area, like in Philadelphia or in Newark, New Jersey. Regardless whether it's 89 or 91, temperatures will feel like they're around 95 with the humidity in place. Dew points are already in the mid to upper 60s in many locations, even a few lower to mid 70s over southern New Jersey, which signifies a very humid air mass in place. And with that humid air mass in place, there will be a threat for a few isolated showers and thunderstorms this afternoon. But the main event, well, that's going to be coming in tomorrow afternoon and evening. So what's going to cause those thunderstorms? This cold front right here. This cold front is the first of several cold fronts that will transition our weather pattern from that brief hot and humid weather pattern we've been in, which really lasted, a few days, is basically going to put that to an end, and we're going to develop a very fall-like weather pattern with a deep trough in the eastern United States between now and 10 days from now. So we're definitely in the starting transition point of changing our weather pattern from one that is summer-like, which really lasted about a week, really, when you consider most of the summer, to very much fall-like with much cooler temperatures and lower humidity on the way. So this cold front is a kickoff point, and perfectly right before the start of the NFL season for the Giants, Jets, and Eagles. So we really end summer with a bang here. On the radar right now, it is pretty much dry out there with no showers or thunderstorms developing as of yet. We do have a few showers out here over the Gulf Stream. What we want to watch out for is any type of thunderstorms that develop this afternoon right around here. On the water vapor satellite picture in a moment, I'll show you exactly why we're concerned about right about here for this afternoon for the potential for a few isolated showers and thunderstorms this afternoon over the Philadelphia and New York City metropolitan area. But the main event is way back here in the Great Lakes. This line of showers and thunderstorms will approach the region by tomorrow afternoon from 5 p.m. on through the evening hours to roughly around midnight tomorrow night, with showers and thunderstorms capable of very strong wind gusts, very heavy downpours, frequent lightning, and even some hail. These thunderstorms are going to pack quite a punch, so be prepared for tomorrow evening for a rather stormy evening. Now, on the infrared satellite picture, you can see those low clouds kind of lingering around. What's going to happen here is that these low clouds are going to start to burn off as the sun rises higher in the atmosphere. And as a result, we should see breaks in the clouds and temperatures jump up into the 80s. And that's going to allow for some destabilization in the atmosphere. And you notice in the last few frames here, we have a little bit of lifting associated here with these colder cloud tops developing over northwestern Pennsylvania and north central Pennsylvania. Again, here's our strong cold front that will move through for tomorrow. On the water vapor satellite picture, you see this right here, this little disturbance. This disturbance right here could spark off a few isolated showers and thunderstorms this afternoon and evening. However, again, I want to stress the main event is with this cold front that is pulling up tremendous amounts of tropical moisture. So we are setting up for tomorrow afternoon and evening with an atmosphere that is tropical in nature, with plenty of moisture to work with, unstable, with temperatures in the mid to upper 80s to even a few lower 90s mixed in there. And then you have a cold front driving through with a strong polar air mass with cold air aloft, setting up the environment for lines of strong to severe thunderstorms to move through the region between 5 p.m. and 9 p.m. for the Philadelphia metropolitan area and western New Jersey. And I'm thinking from roughly 6 p.m. through midnight for the New York City metropolitan area, and then exiting off the coast, everyone clears out by 2 a.m. at the latest with improving weather conditions. But these thunderstorms should pack quite a punch. My primary concern here with these thunderstorms, with all the moisture in the atmosphere and then the cold air moving in, is very heavy downpours, where you can see rainfall rates of 1 to 2 inches per hour in some of these isolated severe thunderstorms. We've seen that this summer. It's the same setup in terms of the precipitable water amounts that are going to be in place ahead of this cold front. And with that, when you have a lot of moisture rising into a cold, dry environment aloft, that could also lead to strong downburst wind gusts exceeding 60 miles per hour. And of course, with cold air aloft, that also means frequent lightning is a significant threat as well. So it looks like we're going to be pretty busy tomorrow afternoon and evening with these lines of thunderstorms. And of course, I will keep you abreast of any developments as we move on through the afternoon and evening. So let's take a look at the latest model guidance using the European model guidance, as it's been performing the best for the most part. Again, for today, high pressure generally in control. Can't rule out a few isolated showers of thunderstorms, especially as the atmosphere becomes more unstable and we watch that disturbance approach from the west. Temperatures will range from the mid to upper 80s for highs, a few lower 90s mixed in there as well in your urban locations. Regardless of whether it's 89 or 91, the heat index will be in the mid 90s. For tomorrow, that cold front will approach the region in the afternoon and evening. In the morning hours, it's going to be rather humid and muggy out, with temperatures in the upper 60s to lower 70s for lows, likely mid to upper 70s by the time you get to the mid-morning hours. Now, when this cold front approaches in the afternoon and evening, look for showers and these thunderstorms will be severe at times again. So it's going to be a very active afternoon from 5 p.m. on throughout the entire Philadelphia and New York City metropolitan area. Temperatures ahead of the cold front will rise from the upper 80s to lower 90s in your urban locations, mid to upper 80s everywhere else, with humid conditions leading to a heat index in the mid 90s. So it's going to feel rather uncomfortable out there and rather tropical ahead of this cold front. And then in the evening hours, it's just going to get very stormy with these showers and thunderstorms moving through the region, again from 5 p.m. through 10 p.m. over the Philadelphia metropolitan area, and from 6 p.m. on through midnight in the New York City metropolitan area. Everyone clears out by 2 a.m. So by the time we get to Sunday morning, polar high pressure systems in control, skies will clear out, temperatures in the morning will still remain a little bit warm in the lower to mid 60s as we start to slowly clear out that tropical air mass. But by the afternoon, the dew points crash into the 50s, and our temperatures range from the upper 70s to lower 80s in your urban locations, mid to upper 70s everywhere else. Very comfortable weather conditions will be in place throughout the Philadelphia and New York City metropolitan area. Unfortunately, the excellent weather does not last long, as we're going to be dealing with a variety of disturbances developing along the East Coast for the most part. Basically, right around the mid-Atlantic coastal waters, a wave of low pressure will try to develop. That's going to lead to some increasing cloud cover and the threat for scattered showers on Monday. Temperatures will remain cool in the upper 50s to lower 60s for lows, upper 70s to lower 80s in the Philadelphia metropolitan area, mid to upper 70s in the New York City metropolitan area, with those threats for showers. Again, not a washout, but more of a nuisance. And then those cool, unsettled conditions continue for Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, as a variety of cold fronts move through the region, keeping a very unsettled weather pattern in place throughout the northern mid-Atlantic. Now, by the end of the week, a very strong area of low pressure with a dynamic, strong cold front will be moving through, and that is actually going to lead to a significant drop in our temperatures by the time we get into next weekend. We're actually going to probably be below normal for this time of year. So we go from above normal to below normal over the span of 10 to 11 days. As this weather pattern evolves and this trough digs into the eastern United States and really starts to establish itself. Temperatures for Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday will range again from the upper 50s to lower 60s for lows. High temperatures in the upper 70s to lower 80s in the Philadelphia metropolitan area, mid to upper 70s in the New York City metropolitan area and right along the immediate coast, which basically mean temperatures will average pretty much near normal for this time of year, but with the overcast skies, it'll probably feel a little bit cooler. That's your forecast discussion for today. Of course, I'm your meteorologist, Stephen D. Martino. Follow the latest weather information at nynjpaweather.com and nynjpaweather on Twitter, Facebook, Google+, and LinkedIn. Have a wonderful day, and as always, stay safe out there.